What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a minute since I've done one of these streams. I tried to do one like a week ago, but my Wi-Fi crashed, and I'm like, it just doesn't want me to stream today. But we're watching some Bennett Stirtz today while I charted this game. I figured I might as well just do it, just watch it live, because I love Bennett Stirtz. Oh my goodness, Bennett Stirtz is awesome. I think everyone on Draft Twitter loves Bennett Stirtz. Let me just tweet this out. But yeah, we're going to watch this UIC game where Stirtz had like 30 and 12 assists. I watched it last year, but I thought it would be fun to watch again because it's just an awesome game. And Stirtz really just goes absolutely crazy. But I'm just going to get it started. People will join with
at 12-0 facing it.
Yeah, Stirtz
led by the
has
head coach, Ben
a real chance to end up as like
and it really starts and ends with
I don't have him there yet.
Stirtz.
These flies in the room are absolutely killing me. I don't have him there
Starting
yet,
lineup,
but I do
Stay.
think there's a good
And now
chance he gets there in time.
Sharpshooter from Geneva, Illinois.
He is that
Scared,
good, and I'm very
takes it
excited
right,
to see him in
Gets his
Iowa
pocket
this year.
picked. Henderson.
He pretty much just
Assist by the
runs
Drake
the
Bolt. Not
offense
only
for the
early and
entire
often to
game.
get at least
So
two guys back in
that's of course going to
transition
bump
to
his stats, but
stop
it's crazy. Great
Bulldogs
pass
early
right
and
there.
often to get at least two guys back
Pretty
in
tight window
transition
there,
to
honestly.
stop
Gets that
not
through
only
to
easy
his
baskets, but
big
the
man and
free,
just can't
which
finish
is
the
what the
play right
Flames
there
love
with an
looking
assist.
for off
But that was
early
a great
transition.
pass by Stirtz.
Something to watch in this game, undoubtedly, is pace. Few teams play. Something to
I wish
watch in
he
this game,
pulled the
undoubtedly,
trigger
is pace.
on this one.
Few teams
He
play a
probably
slow.
could have had that, honestly.
Now
But
why?
Drake
The
played.
shot clock to
They're like the
2.
slowest team in the
Talk about
country last
Rob
year,
East.
or certainly
They're
up
on
there.
programs, both of them
They just
come from previous
reset
head
and
coaching
reset
stops.
and will play
Big
till
man,
the end of the
Siani
shot
down
clock
low,
to get the shot that they want.
If the Flames
So part
do
of it
get
is
in a
certainly just
half-court
how they
setting,
play.
but they make it a priority to
But
get
obviously,
the ball
how they
down
play
to
is
Siani
very like
with 2
Bennett
feet in the
Stirtz
basket.
centric
I don't
because you
think
can't
Drake has
run
anyone
this
that can
this
contest or
system
block
without Bennett
his
Stirtz, where you're
2
just
foot
incredible on
one-hand jump
defense and
shot.
you shoot.
Stirtz
Oh my God, I
that can
forgot about that
contest or
play.
block
This is a
his 2
ridiculous
foot
pass.
one-hand
Like
jump
the
shot.
fake head and footwork to make this guy jump.
Starts
Like
weak.
that is
That
just
can
like a
contest or block
plus
his 2
plus
2 foot
NBA
one-hand
play.
jump
Like,
shot.
holy hell.
Starts weaving and Manyao
Stirtz is
finishing.
so,
Drake on the
so
board.
good. I forgot how good he was in this game.
The
He was
6'8" man.
unbelievable in this game.
If there's any
Deflection
big
right
man to
here?
contend
What
with
was that? What was
Siani,
that?
it's the
But no, it's
6'8"
Stirtz. Yeah, getting his
Manyao,
hand up,
who forces
making a
another
deflection.
steal.
Love to see it.
Well, active
I like
hands,
Kamanyau. This
always
Drake
the
team was
sign
just
of
so
a
fun to
really
watch.
good active defense.
Any big deal.
Well, active
Stirtz
hands
pushing the pace.
And
beyond this early afternoon game.
And another
Stirtz
drop.
plunging.
Oh my God,
Early on,
beautiful tight
this
window
early
bounce
afternoon
pass.
game.
Like the kind of
Stirtz.
windows that Stirtz is hitting and accessing is so crazy. It's like his third
plunging in.
high-level
Another
pass
feed,
already
another
in the
finish
first,
for Manyao.
I don't know,
Yeah, that's
2
a
minutes
an
of this
open
game.
side ball screen. That little
That's
drop-down
just
pocket
the kind
pass.
of player he is.
Drake gives up only
Defense is the side of
56
the ball
points
for him
per
that I don't
game.
think is as good.
That's second
But
best in the nation.
I think I recall this being a
3
pretty
on
good
the
defensive
clock.
game from him.
And
But
another
offensively,
turnover forced as the Flames
where
run out of
Stirtz really
time.
Well, you know, I mean, this is a suffocating defense to play against, but it's one of the oldest defenses in the offensive efficiency.
They win, but Drake doesn't
Stirtz.
let many teams
It's
do
a
that.
shot
As
right there. Another one's just
And
like
then contain
manipulating the
UIC
hell out of
flame
this spacing
transition,
right
which is
now.
so lethal.
Good stuff
Flames
by
get out and
Stirtz,
run.
just like
That's when they
stopping on a
win.
dime, using the re-screen
Drake
to create this advantage,
doesn't
and
let
then
many,
whoop,
many teams
like
do that. As
the
Stirtz
footwork,
is on
the
the board for the first
imagination
time.
Yeah, they're just
on
making
these
it too
plays
easy
is
right now.
NBA
The
level. Man.
Flames-
I want him on the Pacers so
Mason,
bad.
probing.
Oh my God.
Skobal, a 3.
I want him on the Pacers
Right
so
back.
bad. It's not even
defense,
funny.
You're either getting 1 or 2 dribble penetration for a wide open 3.
He would
an
be
offensive
the
rebound,
perfect
so
second
his
Halliburton.
first
I would
leads
die
to
for that.
2.
But
Take a look
it's not gonna happen.
at our
'cause-
keys to the game for the
Oh, let me
Flames.
turn the
Yeah,
sound on. Thank you for that. Yeah. Let me turn the sound off. I thought I did that, but it must have undone it. Really annoying. I need to just
And
figure out
one and done on
how to make
To
that not
Manyao
ever
again.
happen.
per possession.
Another classic
to
Stirtz just
Manyao
like
again.
reset.
Say the Flames need to score
Smaller
70.
pick and roll,
Drake
it would
gives up
ghost.
only
Oh,
56 a
here's
game.
what Stirtz can do against
Say the
switches. He
Flames
can
need to
definitely
score
beat
70.
He had some
Drake
good plays
gives up
against switches in like
56
some of the
a
high
game,
major
so
games.
tall
he played,
task.
but
As Abreu Goes airball on.
Forced to challenge.
Certainly not
for
his
an
best
airball.
coverage. I mean, just like any kind of drop coverage. Bennett Stirtz is
Freeman, a
absolutely
three.
slicing.
Little strong going. Flames have missed their first two. Just wonderful.
There's a lot of
performances,
guards in this
and I
class
guess
who I
he
think
really
could
cut his
break
teeth
out, and
out
Stirtz
in
is
Des Moines. Okay,
obviously
so
at the top
Drake
of
with
that
the
list.
smothering defensive start.
Just because he already is that
Flames
level.
are shooting
He already
just
is
1
that
of 4
good.
so far. Here goes Siani for
I
UIC.
need to rewatch
The big man
the
from
Texas
Slovenia
Tech game.
with-
I rewatched
Here
the
goes
Mizzou game,
Siani
and it
for
definitely
UIC.
left me
The
with some
big man from
defensive concerns.
Slovenia with the left hand.
Yeah, every
That's
on the-
kind of most of my worry with just like the high
on the
major
post
competition.
is a tough thing to
but,
do, and it's
and
not part of
obviously
the priority
NBA
unless you
eventually.
double team.
Is that a moving
And an
stream?
offensive foul.
Such to where now and then if you
The pack line defense that's so efficient.
yeah, so they basically just do what's called loading towards the ball
It doesn't.
Jackson
Not like he needs to do much on that play.
Break the opponents have
for two reasons. I mean, obviously they're amazing defensive systems, but also with how
He's not.
methodical.
He's
your
a.
point
He's
on
definitely a
offense
promising
blows
shooting
in
prospect. Like defenses still
serious.
did go under him a lot.
10 of
this
their 12
year. It starts my
opponents have had
favorite returner.
season-
No, my top returner is Cam Williams. Is he my personal favorite? That would probably be Phylon, even though I got a little lower on him this summer, but I still love watching him. Phylon, I
blows
love
in
Christian
scoring
Anderson.
against these Bulldogs.
And that's
But no,
for
my
two
top
reasons. I mean,
returner is-
obviously they're
oh,
amazing defensive
I mean,
systems,
just like
but also with
my
how
biased
methodical,
favorite is
to
Anthony
your
Robinson,
point on
but-
offense, it limits the number of possessions per game.
Here they go. Down
Appreciate
to 8
that,
in the shot
fluorescent.
clock.
That's
Still
the
no
goal.
rush.
So go get that
Okay.
homework
Here
done.
they go. Down
Be
to
a good
8 in the
student.
shot clock. Still no rush.
Yeah.
Stirtz, Patient.
Good turn by
And he
Stirtz
drops
there.
it.
Like his
Yeah,
just
again,
like patience and
bad
footwork
on-ball
creates so
defense by
many
the
open
Flames at
shots
times,
for him.
Sammy. Little bit of
It's
confusion,
crazy
too,
how-
to one where it's going in.
How he can
None on
how
one.
many advantages he gets just like
Winning
waiting
formula.
Yeah.
and
Ivan.
waiting for defenses to bait or react. And
Drake's hit
it's something that I think a lot of
5 shots.
not players like Sturtz is a pretty good athlete, I think, but he's
Scoring
not like a
about
nuclear
74 a
athlete or anything.
game. They don't
But I think
need
it's a lot
to
of
score
players
much
like
to
great skip pass. Sturtz has
Scoring
been so
about
dominant
74
already. This
a
is
game.
yeah,
They
this
don't
was
need to score-
as awesome as I remember this game being. Just like
scoring about
consistently
74 a
finding
game.
the
They don't
gaps
need
in
to
the
score
defense.
much to win though. As
kicking it
Abreu
out.
misses his second 3. Offensive board
Sturtz
for
is,
Banks.
I mean, I have like a tier of 5 or
And
6
here
returners,
goes
and
Abreu
Sturtz
again.
is very well within that tier. Not counting Quaintance, obviously. Quaintance is obviously the best returner,
Abreu,
but like I kind of
whirling
have him in a
mismatch.
different
And he
bucket
could-
since he
Siani on
wasn't
him, just couldn't finish
eligible and
that
he's
time.
younger than all these guys.
Flames with some of their reserves in, including Mo
Holloway, I
Katsleris.
love Biz. He's
big
not an
man out of
NBA player, but
Lithuania.
I love Biz.
And see what the Flames are doing right now,
he's
just
fun.
kind of passing the ball around, hoping to get some one-on-one.
He's gonna have a
You look
he's
at
gonna
this,
have some
almost
nice
3,
some nice
sometimes
moments for
4
Team
guys
Canada,
within
I hope.
10 to 15 feet of the ball. You're not going to get any good looks doing that.
Sturtz,
How about that for guys within 10 to 15
Don't
feet
love
of the ball?
his-
You're not going to
don't
get
love how jumpy he can be on defense.
any good looks doing that.
How about that move from
Thanks,
Mason?
John. I
Siani
haven't really seen
cleans
much
and a
much
foul.
I mean,
So-
that's your offense right there. Sasha Siani, get him the ball.
There hasn't
within
been a ton of
score.
catch
Let
up.
that defense pack
I'm doing a ton of film watching and
Oh, look.
writing stuff, but
FIBA World Cup.
with the Slovenian
is
national.
this gonna be a
The
turnover?
2023 FIBA World
Christ.
Cup.
I mean, I see what he
Teaming
was
up
trying
with
to do
Slovenian
here.
national.
Like his teammate just didn't
That was
really
the
react how he
2023
wanted him to. Like he needs to go
FIBA
now.
World Cup.
Not the most accurate.
Yeah,
pass.
Coach
I'm not really
McCollum
penalizing
definitely
him
doesn't
for
like
it.
that one. Just a little bit of token pressure from the Flames on a
Brandon McCoy.
wild
Yeah, I
half
agree.
court. That one trap and Drake.
I mean,
turns it over.
I dropped
Siani on the bench now. You
I
saw.
mean, I
So
really-
he actually
maybe
has
like a
7
month
of
ago or
UIC's 8
a little
points.
less than a month ago. I did
Javon Jackson has the other.
my initial top 10 for
Right
the
now,
2026,
Philip Scobell.
where I wrote up
And
pretty much all
Katsleris.
11 actually, because Baba
right now,
recommitted
Philip
in class
Scobell.
while I was doing it and didn't want to get rid of
Katsleris for
Doran.
2.
Well, I mean, he had to go through the.
And I did
grader
not
just to
have
get
McCoy
that.
in my
I mean,
top
that was
11.
A tough possession.
I will have
and
him
a
in my
physical
top
finish
25,
by
which is going to be the
by,
next update I do at some point.
Katsleris, but
Probably
Philip
within the next
Scobell
month
with
is my
big
goal to
time
get that,
mismatch
to
down
get through
low.
enough guys to
Stirtz,
do
so
that. Great
Katsleris,
patience by
but
Sturtz again.
Philip
Just
Scobell
and
with
one
big time mismatch.
great shot
down low.
creation with pumps.
Sturtz, so patient, and you can count it.
But yeah, McCoy is just like
So,
How long-
here
he.
players.
It is
15
really
footer,
tough with
10
his
for a
shooting
three.
protection. Like I want to like
No
him
one in the
more,
country has
but
played more minutes this season.
and like I do think he got better this last
No
year.
one
Like
in the
he's more
country has
athletic than
played
he used
more
to be. I think
minutes
he's
this
better at
season
like using his handle to
than
get
Bennett.
downhill. Pretty poor
No one in the
screen
country has
navigation by
played
Sturtz
more
here. Just kind of gives up.
minutes this season than Bennett. Sturtz as Mason finishes.
That was a great play call by Coach Eason
But-
that time because he spaced everyone up above
11
the
guys better than
three-point line.
McCoy's crest.
And
Let's see. Where do I have McCoy now? I'll actually look at my board. I have McCoy at 15 right now. So, but like, if I were to tier it, I think he could get as high as like, I don't know, 10, 11 for me.
Use Drake's defense
I think this
against that
class
time
is
with how
really
tight that they're playing
I think
the Flames.
his
use
class
that time
is.
defense.
I think Peterson will very clearly be a De'Aaron Fox, better than Fox. My top 15 is the top 10 that I wrote about, which I'm just gonna link now. And then the other guys I have 12, I have Abdou Toure. 13, I have Fred Smith Jr. 14, I have Christian Collins, and then I have Brandon McCoy.
Against that time with how tight that they're playing.
That's my top 15.
The Flames, that
Stirtz.
little rub screen worked perfectly.
And Stirtz.
He can definitely get himself
Flames
into trouble sometimes,
Drake's
but that's just going to
defense against
happen
that
when
time
you're
with how
dribbling on the
tight that
ball
they're
so
playing
much.
three-point
And
line.
let's see,
And
if he's
use
trying to
Drake's
create
defense
downhill here, or is
against
he
that
more
time
just
with
like
how
set up? Like
tight
it doesn't look like he's
that they're
trying to get
playing
downhill even
the
there. So it's like he
Flames,
doesn't get
that
by his
little
defender, and he's
rub
not like the
screen worked
quickest guy in the whole world.
And Stirtz. Pocket
There are
picked.
moments like that.
It's going.
Why?
to
That
stay
do
here.
leave me with some concern.
Yeah,
I just
this is an
monitored-
interesting lineup Coach McCollum has in right now.
Leave me with a
We'll see
little
how
bit
much
of
longer he
concern,
stays
but
with it. This group
still, I
really
mean, he's
isn't
so
clicking
impressive.
that well.
He's awesome in this game.
So
What are my
as
thoughts
Coach
on
McCollum
Harwell?
said,
I'm a
everybody's
fan. I
hugging,
like
which
Harwell.
means there's going to be opportunities for back doors.
Really good, like sturdy two-way wing. I think he got a lot more like stronger and
Down
more athletic
one.
over the last year.
12-0 Drake
I think
Bulldogs.
he's a decent passer,
Efficient
solid shooter. Just like a really
offense led by
decent,
Stirtz.
good all-around player with
There
impressive
they go to
tools.
work under
Who I think
five.
has like been a
Stirtz
shot
the
maker in the
three.
past.
Bingo.
I mean, it just in Missouri Valley Conference basketball.
But yeah, I
at
like
this
Harwell.
level,
I have
with a
him
player
around
like
my.
Stirtz, you cannot go underneath
God
on a
damn
ball.
it, what the hell? I have Sturtz. See, this keeps happening. I have Sturtz around my Sturtz. I have Harwell around my lottery. Someone asked about. I think Boozer's biggest weakness is pretty easily his rim protection for me. Like rim protection in combination with like his defensive tweenerness, which is kind of scary. Like he's a solid rim protector, but he's not a center level rim protector. I don't think at all. And I think he's a very good mobile defender
Loses it.
for defense.
And another
Sturtz, like,
Drake steal.
very good mobile, capable defender for a 4, but like or for a 4, but like is he a wing
the Bulldogs
defender?
go.
I don't really know. So I think that's my issue with that's my main
Sturtz.
Boozer problem. Wow, okay, this needs to stop.
Banks
That's my
for the
main
finish.
Boozer problem.
Yeah, I have to credit
This-
Drake. This-
Okay, why does this keep happening? How do I stop this from happening? But Boogie Flan. I mean I don't know. I always thought his defense was like fine enough for a small guard, but not like good. Bruce Branch and I'm not crazy about Spears, but I love Branch. The best guy in that class, the best guy in that class is CJ Rosser, though. I'd throw Caden Daughtry somewhere in there too. I like Spears, just like not as a number one guy. I just don't think his offense is good, is nearly close enough for me to view him that way. But he is very good. But I definitely prefer Rosser. I prefer Branch, who I think is a stud. Yeah, see, I mean, it was just hopefully at Iowa this year, it's just better. Like, it's just easier for Drake's offense when teams are really selling out against Stirtz, because that was definitely a way that you saw them lose. Stirtz could excel. Yeah, I mean, this is just great. I mean, this is a great feel on the move. Like he's live reading this help, knows where his teammates going to be, and there's no assist created because his teammates can't shoot. Like this is constantly Bennett Stirtz. Like that's something that I am going to take as a positive play because it is a positive play. He drives downhill and Caden's dad is 6'6". His mom is tall as well. So I think there's like a non-zero chance he gets taller. I do think he's gonna get taller. I mean, obviously, I can't like predict it, but like, and I'm not making like 2027 boards really. I think it's just like too early. Honestly, beautiful entry pass, but if Caden grows like an inch or two, I'm putting him up there. And even if he doesn't, I still think he's like a top 10 to 15 to 20 guy. Like he even just for like he's such a lock to be a ridiculous college player, regardless of what happens. I don't know. Some people hit their growth spurts at different times. Caden turned 16 in April. Like there's a ton of players who grow a lot from when they're 16 to whenever they finish growing. Obviously not every player. And again, just another easy shot created by Bennett Stirtz that I don't think it's converted. Yeah. I'm pretty sure his dad is 6'6" at least. I know his dad is tall, or his parents are taller, but yeah, he's incredible. He's so good. Really incredible what he did. Like I feel like they've been doing like the quote unquote underclass MVP for 3 years now for Peach Jam. 2 years ago it was Debansa. A year ago it was Stokes, and this year it was Cade Doctor. So like I don't know. That means something to me. I love Nate Ament. I think he's underrated too. I mean, not by consensus. Nemhard, I think, is definitely not a guy. Kelly, I mean, you never know. Like, there's probably going to be moments. Oh, great pass by Stirtz again. There's probably going to be moments when Kelly like gets NBA minutes and has moments just because he's a nuclear deep range movement shooter and teams covet those guys. So I think Kelly has a shot to make a get some low value contracts and play some regular season minutes. Nemhard, I would be surprised. But Kelly, I think just like he has the high level enough trait, but it's just so hard being a sub 6 foot point guard who can't score. Like it's just, there's pretty much no place for that. Stirtz, his vertical explosiveness off of 2 feet is a concern for me. Like he definitely struggles to generate a ton of lift in these spots, and he has incredible touch, and he's an incredible finisher. If Ryan was 6'5" like his brother, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think if you kept everything consistent, he'd probably be an NBA level guy. I still don't think he's as good as his brother, like as a prospect, regardless. Like I think his brother was just more skilled, did more things, better on defense. I think Ament's handle is pretty impressive, honestly. Like it's definitely loose and inconsistent, but I think he has like the physical tools and the creativity to develop into a pretty good ball handler. But I think he also has like the defense to be a 4 as well. So like I think he's like a 3.5 hybrid, but I think either way he's good, and I'm pretty confident I think he can fit in at both spots, but yeah, I have Stirtz in like around my as like a late lottery type player right now. That's how I view him. With the potential to grow, certainly better than Jabari. Reese's share, honestly, I think like is a comparable dribbler, because like Reese's share like never really dribbled in a way that was meaningful. But you saw his handle at some points in the open court, and like there were flashes this year. I think Amen is like that, where he's like has the movement skills to be again just. But it's like he's walking to the basket. He really just isn't even stressing at all right now. It's so easy for him to get to there. Obviously, this defender is like way smaller, but you can just see the pace that he plays at. He's so under control. Like he's not just sprinting right at the rim, which would be right into the big man. He's waiting for his big man to roll a little bit, so this big man backs up and commits. Like he's just a brilliant scorer, man. It's God, I love watching Stirtz. Stirtz's shooting is all right. I feel like part of it is just because of how much he has the ball. Like, I think it's really hard to be an efficient 3-point shooter with that kind of offensive load. But I think he's gonna be fine. Like his high end flashes of like crazy like one leg floater pull ups, movement shots. Free throw numbers are good. His mid range shooting numbers are good. I think he projects as a guy who's going to be a good shooter down the line, but it's not perfect. I did not watch Weapons, but I've been told to watch it. I'm not a huge movie person, but I would watch Weapons. Look at the dig by Stirtz. His hands are good. But yeah, see, this is kind of how Stirtz is like in these games. He's like, oh yeah, he's Trae Young on offense and he's neutral-ish on defense, which is incredible, obviously. But good backup by Stirtz. I do wonder if Stirtz like passes up too many advantages sometimes, because it really, like we've said, just like is in his DNA to hunt the absolute best option, which is again right there. I think he was a little late on that. He probably could have. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty makeable pass, honestly. But it's a tough delivery with where he's going, and I get wrapping it around was safer. I don't know. I feel like he could have potentially made that pass. Great cut by Stirtz. He's a great cutter too, which I value. He's offensive insane. It could, yeah. As I said before, I think defense is my bigger issue with Stirtz, like at the next level competition wise. Like, I mean, he did this against pretty much all the high major teams he played against, so like all the good teams he played against last year. His offense was still incredible. But I think we saw a little more defensive slippage. I have very little concerns about, I almost no concerns about his offense. Like he's going to be with better teammates and he's going to be awesome. But I do think there's a world where his defense is an issue. But like, I think it's a virtual lock that Stirtz is like a top 5 player in college conservatively. I would be pretty stunned if he wasn't. Great pass again. I don't. Wait. Was that a pass deflected? Pass must have been deflected. Okay, yeah. 21 definitely got his hand on it. I was gonna say there's no way Stirtz airmailed him that bad. Stirtz getting his ball screen. Just a little communication error right there. I'm really excited to see Stirtz with better. Good tag by Stirtz. This is really good. Takes away that interior pass. I mean, there wasn't really an angle for it anyways there. But big block by Cam Munyahu. I liked Cam at Wyoming, so it was cool to see him have like a pretty big spotlight this year at Drake. Did he follow McCollum to Iowa? I have no idea. I need to look at that roster. Okay, yeah. So Munyahu followed him. Oh, right, they have full. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I forgot they have Fulgaris. Trey Thompson, Brendan Housen. Okay, yeah, this team is gonna be ridiculous on offense. I like Cadeau personally. I think it's unlikely for him to be NBA. It's just like you can't with his level of jumper and that size. Like it's just. I don't know. And he's not a good enough scorer like inside the arc to really make up for it. Like he's definitely gotten a lot better as a scorer, but it's not like he's so good that it doesn't even matter at this level. It does matter at this level, and it will matter more at the next level. Stirtz again, not really navigating the screens well. I don't think they're like switching in this game. Like they're trying. But yeah, Stirtz does not have the best defensive game. Yeah, I do think the Cadeau prospect ship has probably sailed. But that Michigan front court's going to be disgusting. I mean, it has like 3 NBA players. That's so stupid. I mean, they all might be like fringy NBA players, but I think all 3 are like actual NBA prospects. Sturdy. Switch. Yeah, I mean they're sagging off of him pretty hard. Like I really think for his ceiling, I need him ripping these. Like I need Sturtz to be ripping these off the dribble if he's going to be like a star initiator at the NBA level. But he still ends up making a nice pass. And yeah, this Drake team is weird. Like I think Sturtz's passiveness, he's like, oh, a pull-up three is, not the best shot in the world, I guess. But this pull-up three right here is a better shot than they, are going to get on this possession, right? Like it goes in. Amazing shot. But like that's a way worse shot than the Sturtz pull-up three. So I do think that's one of my questions with Sturtz is like, can he become more score first when he needs to? And I think we saw that in the tournament. I can't believe Danny Wolf got into Yale. He must be a smart guy. I mean, I feel like if you play basketball at Yale, you're probably a pretty smart guy. Team I'm most excited to see Washington with Wesley Yates and Hans Steinbach. That team is going to be cinema. I can't wait. AJ Williams is 2028, right? Or like 2029. I have not watched him. I know he's like a top ranked kid in one of those way far off classes. The only guys I'm gonna know from that far out are like Southern California players. I prefer Mikal to Sturtz, but I could see that flipping if Sturtz just goes crazy. I like both though. Yeah, I'm based in Southern California. I was at scouting. I wrote about it on my Twitter, or I posted it. I posted the scouting notebook I wrote on Twitter today from this scouting event that I was at with a bunch of really good prospects around. Jeremiah Fears' jumper will be totally fine. He's just a teenager, and teenagers don't make pull-up threes like that when they shoot a lot of them. He'll be fine. Sturtz is awesome. I have him around like I have Sturtz as like a late lottery-ish guy at the moment. I think he's great. Certainly up there with my favorite players to watch as well. But yeah, my top returner at the moment for 2026 is Cam Williams, but that's open to changing, and it's not by a large margin. But Cam Williams is going to be amazing at Kentucky. If you haven't watched Cam Williams, would definitely recommend you go watch the video I did of him on YouTube a couple of days ago. He is just like such a sick, unique 3-and-D plus wing. Yeah, Lee is awesome. I love Lee. There we go, Sturtz. See, I need him just like taking those deep threes. He's going to take them when he's open, when he's wide open like that. But great tag, by the way. I need Sturtz to take them when he's medium open. Like I don't need him to be pulling contested pull-up jumpers. Like that's just not who he is. But I would like him to pull medium contested jumpers. I think like he's going to do right here. Yeah. Great step back. Oh my goodness. And it's like when he's creating shots for himself, he's willing to take them. But I would like when he gets them 1560 GPA is crazy. That's awesome. 1560. Cade is naturally too stiff. Yeah, he's pretty stiff and like not crazy explosive, but he is really strong. So I think strength is going to be his way to add rim protection or to add more rim pressure. But I do have some concern. But I do have concerns about his scoring. Even though I like Caden and I view him similar, I view him in a similar range to Sturtz as like a late lottery-ish, mid-first-ish type prospect. But I do have those concerns with him. preseason scouting is such a crapshoot. It is so hard to project this stuff at this stage. Like who's going to get better, which freshmen are going to pop to some extent. Obviously, we can predict it to some extent, but it's definitely tough. Like I'm trying to think of who my top returners were for like preseason 2020, 2025, 2025. I'll look it up. I mean, Murray Boyles was my best returner preseason 2025, and he was my best returner in the actual draft 2025. That's not particularly surprising, but CCA took hoop intellect away from us. Good for him, man. Good for him. That's awesome. Always cool to see people get snagged for their good work. Stirtz. Good bounce pass. Again, just starts constantly creating good looks for his teammates. I've been charting Abayev. I haven't seen a ton of him. I need to watch more. I didn't love him in the games I've watched, like, or at least as like a one and done, but he's definitely talented. He's like a very talented shot maker, but I don't have a strong opinion yet. But at the moment, I don't view him as a one and done. Good pass by Stirtz. Again, having a big next to him who can score. Trey Thompson is awesome. He was a reclass from 2026. Like he played AAU this summer. It's like a 6'8", 6'9" I think, skinny, stretch big. You can play a little defense. I like Trey Thompson. I forgot they got him. And Brendan Housen is also an awesome shooter. Good drive by Stirtz again. I don't really know what the hell happened. This defense was horrible. What exactly happened here? I have no idea what happened here. I'm very confused. What exactly? I don't know. I've had the same take on Pete since he was like 15, 16, which was like, I think he's going to be an NBA player, but I'm not sure it's going to be like a crazy needle moving one, which means I have him in like my top 20 range. I think he's a guy who, for me, like high end, I view him as a late lottery, low end, mid late first round, but I generally agree. Stirtz. See, like when Stirtz wants to shoot the ball, like I believe it. Oh, I think the endurance is absolutely a factor. That's completely alien. His like conditioning is completely alien. I think it also excuses some of his defensive issues. Certainly not all of them. I think there's like athletic and skill limitations on the defensive end for him, especially defending the ball and defending screens. But great passing. It's just like a beautiful skip read. Like again, most players are just extra passing or dribbling, but nope, Stirtz is going to force a hard closeout. His teammate drives, can't score, and resets the ball. Like this is, or actually scores. This is the second time I've done that where I thought they weren't going to score and they did score. But Pete is a really impressive athlete. I mean, like he's just if Pete proves me wrong, it's going to be because he's just like an unstoppable driving, like 2-point scorer at the collar level. But yeah, no, I really value Stirtz's conditioning. I think it's a completely outlier trait, honestly, and one that I think does matter. I mean, it's part of, I think, why he's been able to be as impactful as he is. And obviously, I think like part of it is like Drake plays slow enough to the point where like if they were running a bunch of transition, I don't know if Stirtz could play 40 minutes a game, right? Like they play a certain way to, I think, enable Stirtz to be, as fresh and productive as he can be. Oh my God, I forgot about that pass. Oh my goodness. So silly. So ridiculous. Forgot about this play. I love rewatching games that I know are awesome, but like I don't necessarily remember all the details. Oh my God. He's so silly. I love him, man. love stirtz. Stirtz. Do you mean Sturtz is like a gazillion times better as a driver and finisher than D'Lo ever wishes to be? But I don't think they're that similar, honestly. D'Lo was a way better shooting prospect too, and taller. But I think Sturtz. I mean, Sturtz was a better college player, but he was also older, so like, whatever. But yeah, I'm so excited to see him. Next year. I'm really excited for. Actually. Are we getting an Iowa-Washington game this year? I really hope we are. Do we have this schedule yet? I don't think so. But I really hope we get an Iowa-Washington game this year to see Sturtz and their guys versus Steinbach and Wesley Yates. Is going to be so awesome. It's like 3 potential top 20 guys in that game. Maybe even more, like first round, second round relevant prospects. That'll be awesome. I'm really excited for that. I hope it happens. Sturtz is probing another late clock possession, forces that long closeout, lets his teammate go to work with a mismatch. There you go. No disrespect to this Drake team, but like you just watch the other offensive players, and I think that the fact that Sturtz was able to drag them to a tournament win says a lot. He is really that guy. Sturtz, pull up, yeah. I mean, he's just like, I don't think he's the most comfortable shooter or like natural pull-up shooter at this point, especially going forward. I think he's a much more natural pull-up shooter or shooter when he goes backwards, when he steps back. But I think that can be fixed. Or Sturtz gets away with bad technique and positioning. That's bad. I don't like that because he's going up against a small, slow player. But I mean, this kind of did make the help come and force the rotation. So yeah, I might actually have to call that a. Actually, might have to call that a negative play. Unfortunately, on defense for Sturtz, your counselor won't let you drop AP Chem. That sounds awful. AP Chem sounds awful. I took a bunch of APs in high school, and I tutor APs sometimes, but never any like STEMmy ones. I mean, I took I guess environmental science is kind of STEMmy, but it's also not really. Oh my God, beautiful pass. Whew. Beautiful dime right there. Sturtz. Good burst. Definitely gets pretty low. I love the torso bend right here. Gets all the way to the basket. Is Sturtz a good off-ball player? Yes, I think Sturtz is a phenomenal off-ball player. Yeah, I think he's such a good cutter. I think he's great moving into space. He's so good at he'll throw the ball to a guy, sprint over to him, get the handoff back, and like immediately go into a play. I think he's an awesome. Ben Pfeiffer was an academic weapon, lore. This is what I say all the time to people. Is like I think being smart and being good at school are two extremely different things. You can be both. A lot of people are both. But just because you're good at school doesn't mean you're smart. But I was very good at school. I was like lame and didn't really have friends. I just like played video games and watched sports and I don't know, didn't really study. But yeah, I don't miss school though. But I did do well in school. Sturtz, like again, kind of wish he at least like pump fake. It's not a great pass here, but I just wish you would look to rip some of these shots more. But I think he got better at that as the season went on, or like in some of the later, or maybe just like in some of the later more important games, he was a little more willing to take the big pull-ups. Like he made some crazy pull-ups in the tournament. So maybe it's just the like when another pretty poor defensive possession. His hips do not move very quickly, which kind of scares me a little bit. Like you can see how long it takes for him to get from this position to this position. Like, but by the time he flips his hips around, the ball handler is already by him. So he is kind of stiff. Like this is what I'm talking about with with regards to my defensive issues. Like I was gonna say, I've been charting this game in the background, and his offensive impact score, just like the net of offensive plays, positive and negative, is a 20, which is fucking ridiculous. And his defensive net score is -1. Like these are the kind of games that Bennett Stirtz has. But he's awesome, and I love him for it. Ballsy ass drive, I respect it. Stirtz. Oh my god, what a crazy finish. I mean, again, like too easy to back off of him and force a tough shot, but look, he got it under the shot blocker's arm with his left hand. That is unbelievable. Jesus. Man, he's fun. I might have honestly done this. Did I do this game on stream before? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I watched this game just like by myself. The first time I watched it, at least. I don't think I streamed this game. The only time I wish he'd shoot. Look at the rim. Just look at the rim is all I want for Bennett Stirtz here. Look at the rim, make a number 4 close out, get an easy layup. Stirtz on the switch. But again, it's like I'm nitpicking Stirtz, and then he ends up generating a great shot or getting whatever he wants anyways. But right there is a pretty difficult shot. Again, you can see like maybe the shot you're going to get late in the clock is not as good as the shot you may have gotten earlier in the clock. Do you go to IMG? Didn't he just transfer to IMG? I was going to say, I like Aziz. He's good. I do like Aziz Olajuwon, though. Yeah, he's a good player. He's going to be a good, like, two-way wing in college. Oh, I don't know where he went before IMG, but I was going to say, I know he just transferred there. I'm like, are you an athlete? I feel like, do real people go to IMG? Or is it just like, I don't know, oh, beautiful pocket pass again. This is just like the timing, the placement, just beautiful with his left hand, I think, as well, right? Yeah, with his left hand. Just perfect placement, leading his man. Great play. Yeah, he did transfer. I think that was like yesterday or today. So like to be fair, that just happened. Stirtz, is he gonna take a charge here? Good job, Stirtz. There you go. I was gonna say I'd love to see that replay so I can actually chart the play, but whatever. But yeah, I think Aziz is good. I like him. He was impressive at the top 100 camp, and he was at least interesting in the clips I watched of him this year. And I think I watched like one of his games and clips for AAU, but yeah, he can really play. Yeah, that is surprising. I agree. I had a similar thought. That's cool to hear that he's a nice dude. But yeah, I talked about him on. There we go, Stirtz. See, I don't even care if that shot goes in. Obviously, it goes in because Stirtz is the GOAT. But like, There we go. Every time. And again, we see the step back, right? Like that's his comfort zone as a pull-up shooter. That, and I guess the floater threes that he's just. I hope we get more of those. Like he had like a floater three in the NBC title game. Not the NBC, the title in his conference title game that didn't count, and then he had the one in the Mizzou game too. So I hope we get one of. I want one of those a game. That's all I would like. One floater 3-point attempt a game is all I want from Bennett Stirtz. (2027) prospects. 2027. I'll link it again, but I wrote a. Wait, how do I? I think I don't know how to do this. I'm starring this. Can you see the thing I starred? But I wrote an article on the 2026 high school class, but my number one guy in that class right now is Dylan Mingo. Him, Tyran Stokes, Caleb Holt, Arifan Janae, but there aren't any like that. Doesn't seem to be a particularly strong class at this point. Damn, Stirtz got knocked out by another screen. That's unfortunate. Yeah, like he's been so incredible on offense in this game, but his defense has just been like a little shaky, unfortunately. But his offense is amazing. There we go. See, like, look what happens when you look at the rim. Good things happen. We force pump fakes. Really not even. Well, like, again, I'm just like not even upset at this shot. I'm really not. And of course, he gets rewarded for his aggression with the offensive rebound. Because the basketball gods just are smiling down upon him. (2027) draft is going to suck, though. It's going to be like 2024. But obviously, too early to know who's going to be like a returner in that class. Stirtz. See, like, this is what I love with Stirtz as like an off-ball player. Because, like, he's not someone who has to like dribble to his spot. He can like give and go into his spot, which I definitely think helps a lot when playing with good teammates. Just like great. Again, like this is all like plus stuff for me. Like he doesn't make this shot, but he creates it with the off-ball. I don't know. I don't think Stokes has him. I don't know. I don't buy it. I mean, skill-wise, sure, but like in terms of like impact, play-to-play impact, he has significantly regressed since he was 15, 16. I think that's pretty obvious to me. And that really scares me. But yeah, he's obviously talented. And like if he ends up being good, I won't be surprised. And I still have him 2 in that class. So it's not like I don't think he's good, but Prime Ahmed and Şengün in 2027. 2028 might be better. I don't think 2028 is going to have like a generational guy either at the moment, but it should be a better draft. And then beyond that, I just have no clue. I don't know. I don't think anyone can really know. Like I think Stokes' best basketball that I've ever seen him play consistently was his first AAU season when he was 15 playing for Vegas Elite. I think that was his best ball, honestly. Like he was unbelievable that year. And then I think he's kind of dropped off a little bit the last 2 years. I mean, to be fair, he's also just like in such an unserious context with like Oakland Soldiers too, like playing next to Jason Crow. It's just like a nightmare in terms of fit with just like 2 shoot first kind of, questionable motor players. But by the way, that's Mizzou legend Jason Crow to you. But yeah, I have questions. Depending on how this final season goes for him and Mingo, there's a very real chance that he ends up back in my number 1 spot before his college season, Wouldn't shock me at all if that's where we were. But I would just like to see it. Yeah, Şengün is good. I was talking about him on. I'll plug my. I actually did a 2021 redraft with my buddy Matt Issa, who writes with me at Sportscasting. I'll link that right now. I did draft. I believe I drafted Şengün. We kind of did like a snake back and forth kind of deal, and I had the pick that ended up being Şengün. But yeah, I'm gonna. I just like don't think that's good though. Like I don't like that. Like the other top prospects aren't like that. Like even though I have my issues with AJ from like a motor perspective, but I think it's like significantly less of a problem with him than it is for Stokes to me. Well, like that, I don't know. Maybe it gets better. Like I don't think that's a good sign. Is just all that I'm saying. Like it's maybe it's just like boomer coach speak, whatever. But it's just not a wonderful, auspicious sign when projecting forward. But he's obviously crazy talented. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now, actually. So, yeah, his true shooting dipped from 2024 to 2025. I think his assist to turnover ratio dipped as well. Let me see. Yeah, it was 1.1 in 2024. And then in 2025, what was it? It was about 1. So a small dip. Maybe, but like I don't think most of his peers are like that. Like I don't think other young players right now, other elite young high school prospects are like that. Is my thing. At least not from what I'm like. I just don't see that on the kind of like on court disinterest and inconsistency from. I don't know. Like I said, even Devance. Obviously, Peterson's like an out is like a work ethic freak. But yeah, I don't know. I do think it's different than just your. I do think it's a little different than just your average young player kind of disengaged. But as with all of these guys, I hope he proves me wrong because he's so talented, and the best version of Tyrone Stokes is a blast to watch. Stokes is a pretty good catch and shooter. He just can't shoot off the dribble. I was gonna say I put these numbers together somewhat recently. Let me pull up this my shooting note. Yeah, so Stokes across his last 47 games, about 3 threes per game, which is fine, especially for being a high minute player. Catch and shoot, he's at 51%. Off dribble 3, he's at 20%. Pull up mid range, he's at 25%. Free throws, he's at 71.6%. So like, I think he's a pretty solid shooting prospect. And I think once he hones his like decision making, it's going to be better. Like he is a good catch and shooter, I think. Also, my other favorite stat is that Tyrone Stokes and Caden Daughtry had the same free throw rate in AAU this summer. I think they were both at 67 free throw rate. I wrote about this. I actually have this in my feature that I did on Caden, who is awesome. I loved Caden. He was so great. He was awesome. He was super easy to work with. Yeah, Robert, I love Jordan Smith. He's a personal favorite of mine, but he's another one. He's not as rough as McCoy, but his shooting is also a pretty major concern, I think, that does scare me quite a bit. like he's a great driver, and like he is one of the best guard defenders I've seen in quite a minute. And like maybe his mid-range pull-up shooting is enough for Jordan Smith because he is a good mid-range pull-up. He's actually like an elite mid-range pull-up shooter efficiency-wise on solid volume. But yeah, the catch and shoot jumpers are just extremely rough. But yeah, I think unless anyone has any questions or any last thoughts, I'm going to end off this stream. But thanks everyone for coming out. I had a great time watching that Bennett Stirtz game. Stirtz is fun. Whitmore with better passing, a good comp for Stokes. Yeah, I think that's somewhat reasonable. I think in terms of, I mean, definitely a more talented passer, but a similarly frustrating decision maker. Like, it's not like you're going to get, I think Whitmore is Wizards' best player. I think Whitmore is going to be just as, like Stokes and Whitmore are going to be equally frustrating to people, I think, in terms of their decision making. Even though Stokes is like an undeniably talented passer, he is really good. Like, he's very talented, clearly. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting season. But yeah. Thanks everyone for coming out. As always, like, comment, subscribe would be much appreciated. I dropped a Layla Khan video this morning, and if you don't know about Layla Khan, you should watch it. She's a blast. She's incredibly good and would highly recommend. But thanks y'all.